Now, from WBZ Sports, this is Burton Ernie Talk Football with Fauria.
Welcome, everyone, to Burton Ernie Talk Football with Fauria. I'm Steve Burton, and we're talking playoffs. It wasn't the prettiest game to watch, but Mike Vrabel's team has its first playoff win. Next up, a tough Texas defense. Sunday afternoon at Gillette, 3 o'clock start, by the way. Ernie Adams and Christopher Fauria alongside, so right out of the gate. Patriots, a young team. How do you think they handled their first playoff win on the huge stage?
They got a W. They're playing this coming. They're playing on Sunday. That's
Let's simplify it, just like that. They got a W. Let's move on.
Right, and this is not figure skating. There are no style points. Okay, I mean, it's the defensive game. It's going to look a little messy, but there's a lot of guys playing a lot of good football. And I thought they handled it pretty well.
They represented, didn't they?
Yeah. Do I think that the moment was too big for them and they were playing a little scared and a little nervous? Like, no. I think the other side is playing defense too. The Chargers were playing defense. They were making it challenging for them. Mm-hmm. And I think Drake May had some uncharacteristic misses on some of his throws that could have changed the dynamics of it. Poor ball security, I think, is another issue. But I mean, and to Ernie's point, though, I've never left the game going, "Oh man, I wish that would have looked better after a win." Oh man, I look in the mirror, that was an ugly win. No, I love ugly wins, man. You know what? Because they're the same. It doesn't matter. But when the moment came up and Drake May needed to make a play, the offense needed to kind of, get their act together. Josh McDaniels, put together a couple good drives, and the defense absolutely dominated the fourth quarter.
No question. And this is, remember, it's the playoffs. By definition, you're playing the best teams that are out there. Mm-hmm. Okay, we said last week, this isn't the Jets, this isn't the Dolphins. You're playing a good team. The game is going to be hard, tough. It'll be another one on Sunday.
I was going to say, now you're playing an even better team.
Even better team.
Okay.
And it's all rigged. You're playing the best teams. That's the whole idea.
Well, the good thing is you're playing the best team right now at home.
At home, right.
Right? And so let's talk about Houston, because the Houston defense, whoa. That's a whole nother level.
Right, it's another level, and you've got to take account of that. For instance, you got to run a few draws. Okay?
Just to keep them honest?
Just to keep them honest. They ran one, at least one I can think of off the top of my head. Sunday, they got 6 yards. You got to do that a couple times. You got to do a couple screens. You got to do a couple traps. Come in and crack the defensive ends. You got to chip them. There's ways you can make them know they're in a football game. Try to help yourself slow it down a little bit. Slow them down a little bit.
Yeah, this will be the one, a playoff game where the narrative and the billing will be quarterback versus the defense, like Will Anderson versus Drake May. That defense of the Houston Texans, violently efficient. That's what I would say. They are violent. They are efficient. And here's the crazy thing. They don't blitz a lot. They don't disguise a lot. They remind me of the Dolphins back in the 2000s, where it was the easiest defense for us as an offense to prepare for, because they just lined up and played. Right. But their asset, their strongest gift, was that they were really good. Mm-hmm. So they didn't do a lot of things, right? And that's what the Houston Texans are.
Right, but that's right. You got to take advantage of what they do. They're rushing harder field, trap them, run draws, run screens. There's some things you can try.
Outsmart them.
Right. It's a little jiu-jitsu. Use their momentum against them.
I do think that the Patriots have a much better. Will have a better roster than the Pittsburgh Steelers did to combat that. I think their roster, the Patriots roster, is better offensively. Even the quarterback, I think, is better. Aaron Rodgers. I'll take Drake May over Aaron Rodgers right now.
Aaron Rodgers stood there like a statue and got hit so many times.
That's the other thing. Drake May can run.
Drake can run and get out of trouble.
Right. I don't think there's any. I know that the Patriots lost to the Steelers early in the season, but I was thinking, hey, you remember what everybody was talking about then? Well, we can't give the ball to Ramondre Stevenson. All he does is fumble. That's a great question for an interview. Okay, you had that bad game against the Steelers. Since then, ball security hasn't been an issue. Tell us what happened.
Yeah,
that's
what changed.
What changed?
Ask that question.
Hey,
you dare me to answer. What happened? What happened?
Hey, well, something happened.
Right? No, exactly. All right. Thinking about Houston's offense. Okay, C.J. Stroud.
Yeah.
5 fumbles. 1 interception. in the last game.
Well, you know,
so 5 fumbles. Here's a quarterback that my point is, he makes a lot of mistakes. Patriots need to capitalize on his mistakes.
And I've never, you know, watching the chances I've had to watch the Texans this year, I don't think they do a great job handling pressure. I would say you're going to see the Patriots dial it up a little. My guess would be they'll dial it up a little bit more than maybe what we've seen over the course of the season. Put the pressure on them. Make them. If you think this offense, maybe they don't do a good job picking up the blitzes, well, let's blitz them a little bit. See what they
Test
can do
them
with
out.
it.
So he had the 5 fumbles, but he only lost 2, and he did have the interception. The thing is that the Steelers never made him pay for it.
Right.
The Steelers never made him pay. The Steelers had a short field, multiple possessions, extra possessions, and the Steelers never made him pay for the way they fumbled it around. I think that they can't do that against the Patriots. If they do that to the Patriots, they'll lose. Like, absolutely. Their just offense is much better, and they're just more disciplined, and they're smarter, and I think they're more explosive.
All right, 2 guys dealing with concussions. Christian Gonzalez for the Patriots, Nico Collins for Houston. So, do you think these guys play?
Listen, first of all, I want everybody to remember a concussion is a brain injury. It's serious, you know, and the priority number 1 is the reason the league has the protocols. You know, it's the medical well-being of the player first. You know, do they play? I have no idea.
Well, it is hard to tell because I stopped looking at the severity of the collision and because I've seen some guys get tapped just a little bit, out for 4 weeks. The Nico Collins one, his head went straight into the turf, and he was dizzy, and he didn't even know where he was, and he couldn't even get him into the tent. The Gonzalez ones didn't look bad at all, but they're all in concussion protocol. Whether they come out or not is up to the doctors, not even to any of the trainers. It's up to the doctors who are specifically trained to handle those things.
Right. But again, I want to emphasize, a concussion is a brain injury. Okay, it is serious.
You look serious saying it.
Yeah, I am. I mean, this is.
Did I act like it wasn't serious?
No, you didn't. But back in the day, people just shook their heads and played. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now it's like it's always been a brain injury, but some guys play through it.
Right. Well, you know, it's because look, this whole thing. It's not just about a concussion at the game. It's about long-term serious.
Good point.
The CTE is real.
Yeah.
I mean, this is, you know, it's the ugly side of football, but that's why it's the medical well-being of the player first.
All right, welcome back to Burton Ernie Talk Football with Fauria. We're talking about blitzes, what worked and what didn't. Ernie, take it away.
Okay, so the situation here is after the first quarter, the Chargers get the interception on the deflection. They've got the ball. Chargers run offense. It's 4th and goal on the 2.
2-yard line.
They decide to go for it.
Right.
All right. And the Patriots, this is like one of those blitzes they got saved up in their back pocket for the critical situation. And what they do here is they're going to overload it up the middle.
Right.
3 people coming between the tackles. So you got linebackers coming in both A gaps with Hawkins coming right over the center.
Okay.
And the Chargers really don't pick it up properly.
They can't block everybody.
Because he steps in, the center blocks this way, and Spillane comes free. Right, I'm sure center is blocking Hawkins, and it's Spillane coming free right up the middle. Which free, and then Harbaugh, he's got a free guy coming up the middle. He's got to do something, so he scrambles out to the right. The play's all broken down.
So Justin Herbert, I thought it was a design rollout. No, it wasn't a rollout. He had to roll out.
He had to.
Just saw it really quick.
He had a guy coming free right in his face.
So he's rolling out to his right.
And the whole play's broken down. We got man coverage over here. I mean, he's Herbert's got to know before the snap they're coming, because both corners are Marcus Jones. They're all coming over to match the receivers.
Man up.
And Herbert has no choice. He can't just sit there and say, "Come tackle me." He's got to try to run away from it. And it's an incompletion. So Patriots get the ball.
So now you're running out of room. He rolls to his right.
He rolls to his right.
He's throwing in the end zone, and they're covered.
Yeah, you have 7 guys coming. So
right, this is a match. But
you don't have enough to block them.
So that was the right time to blitz.
That was the perfect time to blitz. Particularly, you come up with one that it's not like the Patriots run this blitz every game. Great call. Great call for the situation. Okay, so the Patriots stop them and they get the ball back, and now the Patriots are And one of the reasons from the Chargers standpoint, why do they go for it in that situation? Because now the Chargers get a chance to play defense with the Patriots backed up in their own end zone.
I still think the Chargers
the length of the field.
I still think the Chargers should have kicked.
I think sometimes as he's drawing this up, I think some of these coaches they go, we're all the way down here, like we got to get something for it, and suddenly 3 points isn't quite good enough for them, right? If you're at the 2, you should be getting 6
but
points.
But here's the
3.
thing, though, because when I was at the Patriots, we were the kings of going for it on 4th and goal from the 1. Okay? But we always had a play to call that we knew we knew. Hey, this is the play we're running. We feel good about this play.
Especially when it was chaos happened.
Chaos, right? So then.
Now the Patriots are on offense.
Now the Patriots are on offense. Chargers are on defense.
Right.
And it's 1st and goal. And
they're back
it's 1st and 10, and so it's not 1st and goal. Right. They're going to come with a
blitz of their own.
With a blitz of their own. And this is a zone pressure. So who are inside here? The backer's coming. Safety's coming right through here. They're spinning the secondary into a 2 deep. And where the Chargers messed this up.
What happened?
Okay, because what happened was the tackle goes inside, the backer's coming, the guard blocks the backer, and the backer comes in, he takes the guard on head up. Okay. So the safety coming from behind him, he doesn't really know where the backer's going. He has to break down and stop for a second. Instead of what the backer should do, force it inside to give that safety a clean line to the quarterback. He doesn't do that. The safety has to work his way around traffic.
But this is a handoff, right?
No. This is a check down to
Ramondre.
To Ramondre.
So what happened? Where does Ramondre go?
So Ramondre, he's checking. He's coming right in here on the check down. Hit him with the ball. There's the way they have to run the coverage, the backer has to come over beside the blitz. There's no coverage, and he's got the ball to run, get it out to midfield.
48 yards.
But it's all because when you run a blitz.
Who's the mic?
No, when you run a blitz, everybody's got to hit the right gaps. This linebacker can't come in and go head up on the guard. He's got to know, hey, if there's a blocker, I got to go inside to give a lane for my safety. It's a game of detail. And in the big games, hey, not hitting the wrong gap in a blitz, well, it just cost yourself 50 yards.
So did Drake recognize that ahead of time?
I'm going to say he did, because what the Chargers did, they spin the secondary behind the blitz. So he sees the nickel dropping back, safety working over. I mean, I kind of know, hey, because this is the way the Chargers, they run the blitzes on 2-by-2 formations, 2 receivers on each side. So you kind of know they're coming, but it's not executing the blitz properly.
So it's really a little dump pass to Ramondre.
Well, no, he's the last option.
I know, but
but
is he the last option on a hot route?
No, he's not hot. He's not. So here's the thing.
He's checking the blitz in here, and
he's free. So on the front side, they got it picked up. So he's checking the backside. Nobody comes. Oh, I just turn around and see if they get the ball.
What's interesting, Steve, is that they come back later in the game, similar situation. I think they checked off to a 7-man protection, and they hit another one. They checked to Travion Henderson, I think, or maybe it was, they hit another check that when they're in the gun to the back, got another 15 yards.
Wow.
But this is, when you blitz, when you're on offense, hey, come ahead and blitz. We know what we're doing.
Right.
So we want you. We want you to blitz. That's
good stuff.
If you go up to the game, if you're afraid they're going to blitz, you're in trouble.
Welcome back to Burton Ernie Talk Football with Fauria. All right, well, here's the setup here. Pat's first possession in the fourth quarter, 6th play of the drive, 2nd and 2 at the Chargers' 41-yard line. Ramondre Stevenson picks up 13 yards on a run to set up the Hunter Henry touchdown. Now, we're talking about blocking here and how this all set up, Ernie. Go ahead, buddy.
Okay, and this is also, if you're on the field, everybody's counting on you. So we got Ephraim Chisholm and Jack Westover in here, fullback. Hey, you're in the game. Everybody is counting on you to do this right. And the Patriots have a 37. I think they probably still call 37 Bob. It's a weak side run. Bob is the back. Westover's going to be blocking the world backer. Back on backer. That's why they call
That's where you get Bob. That's where you get Bob from.
Hey, some things
real
it's that simple,
stuff.
right?
Okay.
Back on backer.
So what happens here is, they come out, and you can see, if you look at the Ravens, safety's over the top here, and you're probably going to get a blitz coming coming off the edge.
Okay.
Okay. And if you're running a back on back and you don't block the safety, it's going to be an ugly play.
Issues, right.
So what they do is they call Chisholm in. You got to come in here, motion in, get a little tighter. So when this safety comes to blitz, you can block him, and then we got a chance. So what happens is Chisholm comes in, the safety comes, he comes off and he ties him up.
Okay.
And the Will backer, because he's got coverage, he's cheated out a little bit. So Westover coming, he adjusts his course, comes outside this way. He gets on the Will backer inside.
So he's got to block Will.
He's got to block the Will. He's got to recognize the situation. It's pressure.
Okay.
So he comes off and gets it. Inside here, they've got a little stunt call, so the end's coming inside. Tackles inside. Okay. We get the ball handed off here to Stevenson. He comes outside the block. Now, we don't get a block perfectly inside. Ideally, you'd like to double slip it where the center taking the tackle, guard on the end, freeing up Campbell to come get the Mike. They don't really get that done perfectly. The Mike is free in the hole. Stevenson does a great little job. So he's got a quick little stick to make him miss.
Right.
And,
because they really sort of had him tackled a little bit back here, right?
Well, the guy who had him was free.
Was
the Mike linebacker coming. Steve did a great job. Give him a little stick. Everybody else executes it just right, and you got a 13-yard run.
With the two front side ends and tackle stunting inside. Isn't that a plus if those guys end up basically almost taking themselves out of the play?
Which you'd like to have happened. This would say you'd like the double slip where the center's coming front side. He could take the tackle, guard could get the B gap, and Campbell will now be free to get the Mike. But there's a lot of stuff happening fast. Right. It's a playoff game in the NFL. There's stuff happening fast, and everybody doesn't get it blocked perfectly. This stuff happens, but you got Chisholm and Westover, they got everything going on the front side.
So that's against the Chargers. Will this work against Houston?
Well, you're probably not really going to. It's a little. They play defense a little differently.
Yeah,
the biggest thing.
You said they don't blitz that much.
They don't blitz that much. Everybody saw. The show they put on against Pittsburgh. I mean,
right.
They stuffed Pittsburgh. You have to take advantage of what they do. Ends rushing hard upfield. You got to run a couple draws during the game. You got to screen them a little bit, run a couple traps, motion in and crack the defensive end. Like we ran Kyle Vandenbosch from Detroit. He's up, similar type of style in a lot of ways. We motion in and crack him on the first play. You have to do probably most of the plays you call. Somewhere in there's got to be an attempt to take advantage of what the Texans do.
They're also going to have to. They're going to have to dedicate someone to one of these ends, having them. And that'll be part of their game plan. Because this same defense sacked Josh Allen 8 times. Right. So when you think about how tough he is to sack and to get in the backfield, they did it 8 times.
That's Josh Allen.
That's my point.
Yeah, that's Josh Allen.
That's where you're going to have with the back and the tight end someplace when you can ship them and slow them down. You're going to chip them. That's what I say. Everything you do, you got to try to take advantage of what of what they do. If you just drop back 35 times and tell your tackles here, you go block the defensive ends one-on-one, it will be really ugly.
One last thing before we sit down. Should we expect shorter passes? Will Drake may have to get the ball off quicker?
You don't want to base your game on he's going to drop back, sit there, hold it, and wait for. You don't want to be waiting for receivers.
Right.
That will be a problem.
All right. All right, welcome back to Burton Ernie Talk Football for Patriots, Texans. And there's a lot of connections between these two teams, starting with Mike Vrabel, who spent, 4 years with the Texans as an assistant coach. He got his first coaching job there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pro coaching job. He went to Ohio State first,
Exactly. Yeah. But he's not the only one. Nick Caserio, the list goes on, as far as players, too. But let's talk about the coaches and the connections here.
The connections. Well, you have, of course, Josh McDaniels is the offensive coordinator of the Patriots.
Right.
You go over to the Texans, Nick Caserio is the GM. Nick Caley's the offensive coordinator. Jerry Shaplinski works for their offense. Josh's brother, Ben, I believe, is there. These guys don't just have Patriots connections. They were all college teammates at John Carroll. I kind of think they were in the same fraternity. Okay.
They all went to school.
I'm sure they got a secret handshake.
Yeah. This is more than
wink, wink.
This is more than just casual friends.
So let me get this straight. Josh McDaniels is the offensive coordinator for the Patriots. his brother Ben,
offensive assistant,
is the passing coordinator for
Nick
Houston.
Haley. But Jerry Shaplinski's there. I mean, I'm telling you, these guys go back decades.
Yeah.
And
there's always this. I mean, Nick Caserio picked me up from the airport when I signed as a free agent.
Did he really?
Yeah, he picked me up from the airport. I remember how nobody was talking. Why wasn't he saying anything?
Hey, when Mike Vrabel came in as a free agent, Josh McDaniels picked him
up.
I mean,
Vrabel told that story. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And you know, let's talk about a handful of players, too. Miles Bryant, Trent Brown, Sidney Sow, Jakob Johnson.
Trent Brown is now at right tackle, not left tackle, though.
These guys were all with the Patriots. Now they're all with Houston.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, football is a smaller world than you think.
Right.
Okay.
It really is.
There's a lot of people if there's an NFL game, it's impossible that somebody on your team doesn't know somebody on the other team very well. That's like impossible. You know, it's just guys played together in college. They were on teams together.
Well, let me ask you this: does it create any advantage for either side?
It might, if there's a, so they could be.
If I know you well and know you're weak on your right side, I'm going to.
But even the defense coordinator, I think Matt Burke, he's from New England. He's from Massachusetts.
He went from Massachusetts, played at Dartmouth.
Yeah. So it's like it's this weird We Are the World right now going on, a little mini reunion. I wonder if they'll sing the fight song of John Carroll fight song in the middle of the field before the game starts.
I don't know if they'll sing it, but I guarantee there's a lot of people out there who know.
Prediction time. What do you think?
I'm going to say, this is going to be a tight, ugly game. Patriots will come up with something
Why
in the
do you
fourth.
Go ugly?
I mean, just there'll be some turnovers.
I know. I agree.
Like I said, this isn't figure skating. There's no style points.
Yeah.
Patriots will come up with something in the last 2 minutes to win it.
I'm going to say it's a gorgeous game.
Oh, you're
it's
just
pretty.
So,
a beautiful game.
Just going against
That's right. And the Patriots win. See that?
There you go. And then they're what?
They're winning. Yeah, and then you hope Buffalo beats Denver, and then you host a championship game.
Listen, that is totally the wrong way. They are not one win away from the Super Bowl. They get to go play a good team in the AFC Championship.
Okay, good point.
You start talking Super Bowl now.
Super Bowl. Don't say Super Bowl around Ernie.
That's right. All right, that's going to do it for this week. Glad you joined us for Burton Ernie Talk Football with Fauria. We'll see you next Tuesday, or find us anytime on YouTube.